Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chapter 2 Club's Smart Woman's Guide to Breakups and Everything After. Today, I'm here with executive coach, recruiter, and CEO of Chorus Executive and Peeplcoach, Christine Kaur of Australia, and we're going to be talking about building your resume. Hello, Christine, welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm great. Let's jump right in. Let's help build the resume.
Okay. So the resume is one of the hardest documents that anybody writes because basically it is a few sheets of paper, maybe, or, now an electronic document of 3 to 5 or maybe 6 pages that highlights in a very concise way why someone should hire you and how you are going to add value to another organization. So, it is where you put in all the wonderful things about you. And again, you can't be shy about that. It is an advertising tool. And I want you to think about this really carefully. If Nike stopped advertising, irrespective of how great their shoes are, how much research they do, what value that they add to, your feet when you run, they stopped advertising, sales would stop. They would move over to someone else. So your CV is your advertising tool, like your LinkedIn profile, where you need to highlight very clearly what value you can add. Now, when you write this business case, and I want you to think about it like that, it's a business case. It's not a story, it's a business case. Who is the person that is reading it on the other end? And your job is to make your business case so easy on the other end that they get it. Now, whether you're applying directly to an organization and a manager, or whether you're applying to a recruiter like me, I've got to be able to get who you are and what you can give me really quickly. And I would get, as a recruiter now, maybe 300 or 400 applications per role, which means that if I get a CV from somebody that is too hard to read, it's too complicated, I'll be honest, it goes. Because if you can't get me to understand who you are in maybe 2 or 3 minutes, I don't have time to waste on you. So here are the things that you need to do. 1, be really clear about your, where you can be contacted. Don't hide it away down in the bottom like it's Christine Kaur, here's my email, here's my LinkedIn connection, and whatever. If you want to put other social media feeds in, you can, right? 2, then when you're writing your jobs and what you've been doing, it's really clear from this date to this date. So, Peeplcoach CEO and founder from 2017 to current. Explain what the organization is. Even if you know what it is, a recruiter or a person from a different organization may not. So Peeplcoach is, explain what it is. We're a global organization. We do ABC. The next thing is put your title. Then I always put what your remit is, right? So it could be how many people you've got reporting to you. It could be the size of the advertising budget you're managing. It could be the size of the operations budget. So that people can immediately see, whoa, she's a general manager of a role. She's got 500 people reporting to her. She's got a $300 million budget. So they can see very quickly what you do, including direct reports. I have, 10 direct reports or 50 direct reports, whatever that may be. So they get a snapshot. Then we go into responsibilities and achievements. Now, responsibilities are things that you do, right? It's what you are responsible for. So writing the strategic plan, managing the team, achieving sales budgets, whatever the job is or the task that you do. Your achievements are not a summary of your responsibilities. Your achievements are the things that are over and above what your job is. For example, an achievement is not writing the strategic plan. That is your job. Your achievement would be implementing the strategic plan 12 months ahead of plan. Your achievement is not hitting the sales target, because that's what you're paid to do. Your achievement is exceeding the sales budget by 10%. So be really clear. And achievements always have to have a measurable outcome. Now, everything has a positive outcome or a value add outcome. Ideally, I look for things that have got a metric against it, so 10% increase, or achieve budget 12 months ahead of time, or something like that. Not everything does have that, but as much as you can, try to find that. If you're in HR, for example, it might be retention increased, a churn decrease, engagements increase. So they'll try as much as possible to find a metric to give evidence that the strategy that you've put forward or the activities that you've done have actually added commercial value to the organisation. Because it is, as employees, our role is to add value to the organisation and to deliver what we say we're going to deliver. And the only way to do that is by measurable outcomes. So be really clear about that. I always get the question, actually, how far do I go? What I would do is, for the last sort of 10 to 15 years of your career, be pretty robust in the responsibilities and the achievements that you put in there. After that, I would still keep the roles in, but you don't have to be, just put the title, the company, the title, and the year. Don't have to worry about responsibilities and achievements, because they'll ask you about that later if they need to, but they should be able to tell by your title sort of what you did. Avoid jargon, right? So jargon might be important in your organisation, but if I'm a recruiter looking at lots of different organisations and lots of CVs, I want it really easy. So if revenue is revenue, if it's called GSV or RV or GM or something else in your business, don't call it that, call it revenue. So avoid jargon as much as you can. Dot points is important. Don't write long essays, because as a recruiter, I'm not going to read long, winding essays. I don't have time for that, and I'm not interested in it. And I always say avoid pictures, because, what you look like should be irrelevant, and people unconsciously, sometimes consciously, sometimes unconsciously, will make a judgment. So as much as possible, don't put that. It's not necessary to do that. And just know your stuff.
Wonderful. These are great insights for building your resume. Thank you so much, Christine. And you can find more resources on our website at chapter2club.com. And we'll see you next time. Take care.